Hi, my name is Paul Gilbert Kluthe, and I began here in 1958, starting out over at with Servite when we were at St. Philip's Church in Fullerton, and then we matriculated over here in January to the main building in Anaheim in January of 1959, and was here on that very first day as well, and I graduated in June 10th of 1962. When we walked onto this campus here in Anaheim in January of '59, there wasn't one stitch of grass, there wasn't one tree, it was one giant dust bowl with the main building. There were very few windows on the second floor. There were no doors on several of the classrooms, no doors on the men's rooms, no tile on the floor, nothing. This was a pretty plain Jane school at the time. But the thing that we did have is we had about 5 or 6 fathers that had come out from Chicago, Servite priests, and we had one brother that came with them, and these people were men's men, and they got a hold of us and they guided us from the very first day in the right direction, and they got us serious about what we were going to be doing here for the next 4 years at Servite. Brotherhood has lasted for me for over 50 years, and actually longer than that because many of us came from St. Boniface, so we were together for 8 years before we came here. Probably the majority of the first class here at Servite was from St. Boniface. I have to say that that brotherhood is every bit as together as anything I've ever seen before in my life, especially I've been in college fraternities at USC and otherwise in law school. And I feel so much that these men here and our families, we're all brothers. Oh, I remember it well. It was June 10th, 1962. It was over at St. Philip Church in Fullerton, which has since burned down, but I'll never forget that day. I knew I wouldn't be seeing my classmates. Pretty much all of us were going off to different colleges throughout the United States. Being one of my friends here from Servite, Mike Flaherty, we're going to the University of Portland for our first year. And I realized that we wouldn't be seeing each other. And that was quite a day. We all went out that night, and we all spent pretty much all that evening and all the early morning hours the next morning together, and we just couldn't separate. And about dawn, we all got in our cars and drove home. A lot of memories here from the first day to the last day, a lot of memories on that football field out there. But I remember once I broke one of the rules, and Father Motzko, Charlie Motzko, who was here today, Charlie Motzko had me in his office. He was the Dean of Discipline and Dean of Athletics, and one of our principals too later on. But he sat down and he talked to me and he said, Paul, you know, you're older now. You've got to be a leader. You've got to show a good example. And he says, Paul, I like you and I'm proud of you, but you have to like yourself enough not to just go screwing up around here, and you have got to be proud of yourself and to be a man and to face each day's chores like a man. So just take out of here and walk down the hall, and I don't want to see you back in this office. And you know, for the rest of my time here at Servite and for the rest of my life, I've never forgot that little talk by Father Charlie Motzko. And it's meant a lot to me to no matter what's facing me, to just say a prayer to Mary, ask her son for help, to sit back, develop my own thoughts and confidence in myself, and just close my eyes, grit my teeth, open them up, and go face it. You know, one step in front of another. Every task, every mountain is climbed by one step in front of another. And that's just what we heard here the first day at Servite, when we took a walk up those very 3 steps into the main building. It's going to be tough here, but when you get through this place for the rest of your life, no matter what you face, what other challenges come up, if you can get through Servite, you will have learned the tools. You will be carrying with you the tools to get through anything, whether you want to be an astronaut, a pipe fitter like my dad, an engineer like my father became later, an attorney, a doctor. It makes no difference. Any challenge can be faced if you have the right tools to carry through life. Those disciplines and that faith, and that familyhood that you're going to have and fraternity that you'll have here at Servite. No, if it becomes difficult here, Do not quit. Don't quit. Turn and get help. Servite is a family. Turn to other parents of your friends for help. If you have trouble with your own parent or parents and need some help, turn to the faculty and staff. Turn to other parents. Turn to your own parents. Get help and hang in there. Stick with it. And you make it through here, and you'll be proud, just as proud as you can tell that I am at this school for the rest of your life. And I've every moment from the day that I graduated from this school, I've been proud of this school.